Okay, it's rap back to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling.
What's up, guys? So today we're gonna talk about a couple of new things that have been happening recently. And we're also on the way to my friend's house real quick because he might need help. Because he might need help moving one of his bikes to the shop. So I'll probably switch bikes with him at some point. So if you guys see me on a different bike, then don't worry about that. The main thing I want to talk to you guys about is what I recently picked up, actually. A few days ago, we went up to Flagstaff, actually. So it was about an hour and a half, hour to 45 minutes north from where I'm located. And we went up there to go look at this bike, actually. It was a pretty good, decent deal. The guy had it was dropped at some point. He said in his possession. It was pretty messed up, but it's a 2006 liter bike that he was trying to sell for $2,800. So that caught my eye. So I messaged him, and that day he posted it, and I was like, "Hey, you still got this bike kind of deal? I'm pretty interested." Kind of your average, Craigslist deal. And along with that, one thing I did notice was when we got up there, these guys weren't very knowledgeable on what they had. I was asking them questions. Oh, hello. What are you doing out here? I was asking them questions about, I was trying to figure out how to read the oil level without having to be on my knees and looking all around. So I was like, is it dipstick or is it through an oil window? And the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, "I don't know. I've never checked the oil." And I was like, "Well, have you changed the oil in your, since you've had the bike?" He's like, "Yeah, one time I brought it to a shop." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine, because you had the bike for 2 years and you put 2,000 miles on it. Never really rode it." So we continue to go look around this bike and find things wrong with it, like there was a lot of fairing damage here and there. He supposedly dropped it in the parking lot, which kind of confuses me because the left side has, it looks like it was dropped, but the right side also have cracks and stuff too. But he said his friend he was letting a friend ride it who's never rode a bike before, and I think he hit the edge of a car or something and then fell over the other way. I don't know. So that was one major issue. Another issue was wrong with that bike was the front tire was just dry rotted and just kind of screwed up. It was just shaped in the weirdest way, it was like triangular from just the guy riding it. So that's one thing I had to go change. It was leaking fork. The fork seals were leaking pretty badly, and since the fork seals were leaking, the front brakes kind of just were filled with the fluid from the forks. So those brakes were all kind of mushy and kind of like mushy kind of feeling because they absorbed the liquid. So I changed the front brake pads. The change shot, I asked someone who was last changed or when he last lubed it. He's like, "Oh, nothing's wrong with it, doesn't make any noise, so it's still good." And I was like, wow, you're supposed to change those every 10,000 miles because it's not a matter of fact if it doesn't make noise, it's a matter of fact if it breaks and whips through your engine or not. So that was the main thing. So his chains, his sprockets, they're all messed up. And let's see what he wants to do before we continue talking about the bike. So it looks like we're just bringing one of his bikes back. So we're just heading over to a local shop real quick. But that's where you guys will see what bike I got. Back to that topic about the bike that I picked up. So yeah, the chain sprocket pretty bad. I'm getting the chains for now, waiting to the next page to get the sprockets, because I'm trying to make a ride down to Phoenix with this guy before he heads out. He graduates in like a week, and he's heading down. Probably by the time I post this, probably like a few days, but he's heading back to Cali, so we're trying to get a ride down to Phoenix. But he just picked up this CBR 1000, and he got all his stuff squared away, so he's trying to go put LEDs on this thing today. That's what we're heading out to the shop for. And then I think that's it for that bike. But anyways, back to my bike. So besides that chain sprocket stuff, there's some small things here and there, like the rear brake didn't work for the tail light. Let's see. Oh, the steering damper, it was missing a bolt, and I asked the guy, I was like, you know, why is this so loose? What did you guys like not realize this? And his response is, I don't know what it's for. Yeah, he didn't know what the steering damper was. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know what it's like? He's like, I don't know what it is and I don't know how to use it. I was like, well, this guy was with me when he picked up the bike, and his response was, it's something that you like always use. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something you turn on and off, and it wasn't even set up. He's like, yeah, me and my friend who owned the bike before me, we didn't know how to use it or what to use it for. And I was like, you know, this is throwing red flags already. Like, those guys don't know what they have. They don't know how to maintain the bike. You know, so there's a lot of things I was looking at, and it was just kind of like showing me that, you know, this could be not taken care of at all. But then again, you know, on the other end of the scale, it has only put 2,000 miles on it in 2 years, so wasn't really ridden too much at all. Yeah, because this bike has 19,000 miles on it versus my CBR that has almost 40 on it now. I picked this up with 22 on it though, but that's something where we can kind of, I think the miles are low enough, so even if the guy didn't take care of it, it's still gonna, you know, it still has potential, has life. It just needs to be revived. So we're getting gas right now, and then we're gonna head over to the shop. I'm hoping this is a pretty good investment. He wanted $2,800 for it. I was kind of wanting to go lower than that. I know these things go for, you know, 4 or 5-ish in really good condition. I mean, it's a pretty new bike. So I asked him 23. He did not want 23. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. That's $500 down from what his asking price was. You know, then he's like, he just told me no, and I was like, oh, okay. I hope you're willing to work on the price here, otherwise I'm gonna walk away. I asked him 24, and he's like, I really can't do that. And we ended up working on the price a bit. You know, I pointed out more things wrong with it, how much it's gonna roughly cost me. We ended up agreeing on a, you know, $2,450 for an 06 1000. So, and now we're on our way to the shop. I'm probably gonna keep it the same color. I'm just gonna go look for stock OEM fairings here and there on eBay. One thing I did notice about this bike when I test rode it was the fact that there's like, didn't seem like there was much low end at all compared to his CBR. I know they're only 2 years apart, but like I expected more low end. It was kind of like nothing, hit 6K and it was like all power, you know, so it kind of just stood up right away. Why didn't it give us the arrow? I mean, but go ahead and guess what you think I got. I'll give you a hint, it's not white, not a Honda either. I know that could be a lot, but definitely, if you know me, it's not a Ducati. I ain't got the money for that. And I will be keeping this bike. This will probably still be my daily, the 600. 1000 will be more of like a weekend joyride kind of deal. Just because I want better gas mileage, and you know, this is way more comfortable to ride than the 1000. And let's be honest, you know, 600s are pretty good for the street. They got, you know, good power for everything. Someone lost a crap ton of mail. 600s, you know, they're geared good enough for the streets. You hit power band, you can still have fun and not be breaking the speed limit like crazy. More things about that bike. There's some things I want to do to it. Like, it's stock exhaust right now. I'd like to get preferably a slip-on for now that I can turn to a full system later. And then eventually I'd like to tune the bike, get an air filter for it too, and then tune it. And hopefully maybe see if I can pick up some more low-end number there for like lower end power. If not, I might re-gear it. I don't know. I haven't really put more than, honestly, more than a mile on that bike. I don't think I've ridden it more than a couple miles. So I really can't make much of an opinion yet. I kind of need to see, you know, Yeah, we took his truck up there. Thank God we did, because I was planning on riding it back. You know, I'm into the cold. Up there was like below freezing. I know, in Arizona, below freezing. You guys are gonna be doubting me, but it gets pretty cold up here in the mountains. We're not in the valley. That's why we have good roads. Other thing about here is I can actually vlog quite a bit and not worry about getting rained on. That's nice. I mean, it's December and I've seen the roads haven't been wet since summertime. So it's like I've seen 2 droplets or 3 droplets in my visor this whole winter. Of course, now that I said I'm gonna jinx it, but like, I mean, look at the sky. I'm sure it's like 40 something, maybe 50 degrees, but it's cold. But like, I mean, at least it's dry. I'll do it the cold. I doubt he has the parts. Oh, he has the front tire though. He might have taken it off. I doubt it though. Ramsey just like
Hey Ramsey, this is for you, bro.
Oh, there she is, guys. In bright green. So yeah, she needs some work, but I mean, overall it's pretty clean. There's some damage here and there I can replace, but nothing that won't be too bad.